Intervene, use your big voice.
Okay. It's a conservation commission meeting of Upton, Wednesday, February 25th, 2026 at 7 p.m. And we have an RDA for 30 Grove Street. Demolition of a existing shed. Showing of 24 by 24 detached garage. Mary's got the.
Yeah, the public hearing notice. Notice is hereby given in accordance with the Wetlands Protection Act that the Upton Conservation Commission will hold the following public hearing on Wednesday, February 25th, 2026 at 7 p.m. A request for determination of applicability filed by Thomas Bagley for the demolition of an existing shed and construction of a 24 by 24 detached garage at 30 Grove Street.
Hey.
Okay.
I'm Mandy from Guaranteed Builders representing Mr. Bagley. I'll just give you a brief summary of our scope of work. We're going to demolish the existing 8 by 12 shed. We are going to excavate a foundation with a 4-foot frost wall and a 4-inch cement slab, construct a 24 by 24 detached garage, install erosion control compost soft to prevent any runoff towards the wetlands. Minor tree removal in the disturbance area, and the area of disturbance is approximately 78 feet from the edge of the wetlands.
Thank you.
And all right, and so we got the plan up on the screen for people online. Anyone else who's interested. So here's the existing shed. And the garage is going pretty much exactly the same spot, obviously much bigger. And the edge of the wetland is up here. So it measured 78 feet away.
Yep.
And they have erosion controls right there, as she said. They had some nice pictures, which I'm gonna pull up because mine are. There's the front of the house. I guess that's it. I have a few pictures. Here's the shed. So, and
Look at all that green stuff.
We haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
and this is kind of looking, the pond is over here. The shed, you can't really see this off to the right, but that's the area in between. This is looking at the pond. And then just the area behind the shed, it drops down a little bit where the shed is.
Is the shed going into the lawn or into the woods?
The shed is
Being demolished.
being demolished.
The new, the new
Garage,
garage, is that going into the lawn or into the woods?
it is gonna go kind of a little bit of both. The woods is back here. Here's the lawn. I don't think you have to cut down too many trees, right?
No, so there were minor trees.
Yeah. I think it was 10, but only 3 are over 4 inches. And then the Norway,
Right, he's got all Norway maples back
Yeah.
there.
And the wetlands are way over there.
And the wetland is
Sorry.
way over here at the top.
That's it, nothing behind the shed.
No, there really
Okay.
isn't. There's a pretty bit of a drop off between the shed area and the wetlands. Goes down 6 feet more.
So there are wetlands behind the proposed garage?
No, the wetlands are all over here.
Oh, all right, you said there was some drop off,
It was a little bit of a drop off.
but you're talking about up there. on
Yeah,
the
so-
top.
Yeah, this house has if it's on the street, it's pretty. Then it drops off behind the house, both to the shed and to the wetland. No, thankfully Tom contacted me in the fall, so I was able to visit the site before the snow came.
Yeah.
So that was very helpful. But I wasn't able to verify the wetland delineation, but according to what I saw in the fall, I believe it's probably approximately right. Mass JS says the pool may be a vernal pool. And Tom, if you're willing, we'll evaluate that in the spring. And that would mean just me showing up and looking for salamander messes, eggs and stuff like that. It may not be, but.
Yeah, I know it's not on our property, so I really don't.
Oh, you don't think you can, it's, the pool itself is not on your property?
No,
No.
Okay,
I mean, I'd be happy to research it and get back to you if I think.
right.
Yeah,
Do you hear spring beavers and wood frogs
we do.
calling?
We hear those, and across the street as well, there's something back there.
Did you pull up the plot plans, the neighborhood?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so 30's right here. So here's the pond. So
Pretty big, isn't it, for a vernal pool?
Uh,
No? Okay.
you can look at the picture.
There's a.
It's-
Does it ever dry up?
No.
It's very shallow and that.
Yeah. It was covered with duckweed this
Oh.
fall.
Yeah.
I had looked it up once and it said, it was marshlands.
Marshland.
Yeah, there's
It
a big
almost-
floating island in the middle.
Yeah, it's almost like
It's-
Bog Lake.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I don't know if it is or not, and it may have a little stream inlet on the other side, which,
yes, it goes under, I think it goes under, Piccadilly Street.
right,
Yeah.
so.
Wanna show me that on that other map?
Yep. So here's Piccadilly Street. This is actually this stream is actually culverted. I believe like 50 feet from, like this owner had covered it up. So I don't know when it comes to
I
air.
don't know, that rings a bell. Does that ring a bell with you?
That's the pond. Yeah. Okay. And then my other comment was on FEMA. Looks like it gets really, it may not be on the property, but it's right next to it, right?
Yeah. And I talked to my engineer, he was actually out of town and couldn't get back because of snow. But he'll be back on Monday, to just confirm on that.
Right.
And, if it needed to be, we could revise, put it on.
Put it on plan.
Yep.
Yeah. It's pretty close. When you pull it up on Mass Mapper, you can see the property lines and it's like it's right here.
Yeah.
The only other comment here is, I don't know if the commission would want bounds. The wetland, are the wetland flags actually on your property? If they are, they're like right along the edge. Be right, the wetland. And so in the developed area, you go maybe be about 10 feet away from the wetland flags. That's what I couldn't look at because in October the wetland flags weren't there, right? Didn't,
Yeah.
yeah, no. So, yeah, it's just
Probably
like,
can't see anything now.
yeah,
That's because of snow.
right, so I don't know if funds would be appropriate here or not. You can see here, he's got a little terrace here, and that's about the closest thing, and then the wetland edge is somewhere between the terrace and
And the property line
the property line is,
it's the wetland.
Stone wall.
it's like right next to the pond, right? Stone wall right next to.
I don't see a need for bounds. Anyone else does.
No, I mean, because if they were to encroach on the wetland, they're encroaching on someone else's property.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's it. Yeah, if you just want to get back on the flood zone,
Yes.
then
Do you have any other discussion? Okay, would you like to close your hearing? Okay, so I have a motion to close the hearing and. From the commission,
Yeah, motion to close the hearing on 40 Grove Street.
how about a second?
Second,
All in favor, Mr. Boyce, Chris, I.
online,
Alan, I.
Sandy, I.
Shannon, I.
She was not a minute ago, maybe she was.
So I'll Bill here.
Lila's here. Oh, here's Marcella.
I'm gonna go check on Marcella.
Okay.
Thank you. That's a unanimous vote of the members present.
I'm
So,
here. I gave you an eye on that last one.
Okay, thank you, Marcella. So that's a unanimous vote of the members present, and Mary will get back to you when she has the orders ready for you.
Yeah.
Make the determination.
Great, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
good night.
It's here. Which is a little bit later.
Continued, yeah, so I think we can.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I think we can go ahead and vote on
Yeah.
that since we're not doing.
We're not doing anything with it.
Okay. Can we, well,
Continue, just continuing it.
yeah. Can we make a motion to continue our hearing for
130 South Street.
130 Street? Okay, Mr. Boyce, Chris, I.
Online,
Alan, I.
Sandy, I.
Shannon, I. Marcella, I.
Okay, so we need to, unanimous vote of the commission, and we need to find a date, time.
Yeah, so he asked for March 11th, and I did give him the time. Here it is. Can look it up though. Uh, 7:15.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so 130 South Street is continued till March 11th at 7:15. Okay, and what we do next is go through our general business and reports. We have our administrative report.
Okay, so. Emily Church from Ty and Bond called regarding changes to the Governor's Landing pump station parking lot. And so they will be coming before the board for a minor plan change in future. After I issued the determination for 30 Pearl Street, as I'm putting it away, I see in the filing cabinet another 30 Pearl Street. And of course, it's the order of conditions for building a house, and they do not have a certificate of compliance. So I should have checked that beforehand. But thankfully, it agrees, install 6 pounds, which is what we told them.
That's good.
And I reached out to them just to let them know. And there was a small replication area, that one. So hopefully they'll just follow through on getting that done, since they're dealing with us right now anyway. And then we have a new project coming up, 0 Mechanic Street. We've seen a bunch of single family homes going in there. We've issued ALDPs for them. This is a little bit further up. It's going off Mechanic Street, approximately across from the docks, I think. So it's gonna be 16 unit, 8 duplexes is what they want to do. So we got the notice of intent. It'll be on the next meeting. It's going before planning board as well. I'm thinking And I talked to Mike Antonelis about this, and he's like, well, just reach out to the applicant, but the way it's riverfront area because of the stream there, and the way they delineated the riverfront area is they have it going all the way through that pond, bigger pond, but I think it should really stop at the edge of the pond.
Yeah.
And because it's going all the way through the pond, it means that there's more riverfront area, so it means that 10% of the lot, because they're disturbing riverfront area, they're disturbing 8%. But if we pull that bigger pond portion out, then it's gonna be a smaller riverfront area total on the lot, and they can disturb less. Yeah, so they won't be able to disturb as much. We may need to hire a consultant, because I don't know if they're gonna fight us about this.
That's, I don't recall having an issue like that before.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, and I looked at the law, it's pretty confusing, you know, apparently if there's riverine characteristics, the stream going through the pond, like if you look at the aerial, you can actually kind of see there's a little bit of a channel, because
Yeah,
of course it's a
channel.
wetland,
Yeah.
there's a channel. And so I think they may have taken the riverfront area all the way to the bottom of the quote unquote channel, but it's through a wetland. And then it's really a pond, and the law also says if it's called a pond on the USGS map, which it is, then it stops at the edge of the pond, so. I think this could be a little bit tricky, so I think I'll tell them that we're concerned about that. And if they fight us on it, I think we just need to hire a peer review.
I think we should get a consultant on that one anyway.
Yeah, that
It's
would be,
very tricky in there. It's kind of like a
yeah,
wedge kind of a place and, yeah.
if there's a lot of steep slopes, this is
Yeah.
a difficult, and obviously no one will be able to get out to look at the rest of the delineation.
I think you have enough to do without monitoring a project like that. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, just saying.
yeah, no. I
And
think
we have that in our bylaw. They pay for that.
Yeah, I think that's the other. Well, they're not gonna be before planning board for a while till April, so we can have them present next meeting, but then push it off. And I actually called the state and kind of described it, and she's like, yeah, that doesn't seem right. No. You may want to hire.
Can I ask you, I'm not sure I understood what you were saying. Are you saying, they were saying the wetland was the stream channel and not the bog, not the pond? I'm a little confused.
So the riverfront area is delineated by the edge of the stream, right, which is the mean annual high water mark.
Right,
Obviously, it gets confusing when it flows into a wetland,
Right.
where's the edge of the stream? So it can be top of bank, which of course would be the edge of the pond. They didn't do that. They put it right in the middle of the pond, so you see this mean annual high water kind of going through the pond,
okay,
which doesn't seem like it makes sense, except unless you can see that channel from the aerials. That's the only thing I could think that they were going off of. Otherwise, it should either stop as it enters the pond
right.
or go to the edges of the pond.
Okay, well, that's what I would think. That's what I was a little confused. I mean, didn't you do stuff like this, Mike, or something? What, do you know, like with the Army Corps or something?
Never ran into this situation.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
continue.
this is a little, this is tricky.
Who did the
Who did,
delineation?
yeah, who did their engineering?
God.
Got it, and who's their engineer?
Engineer is, I think it's Turning Point, Travis Brown.
Do you know them?
This is the first time I've worked with him. He did the, like the one that we had, on where he, went over the 20,000 square feet and we had him in to plant trees. That's Travis. That one.
Down on the pond, down on Pratt Pond?
No, the Mechanic Street. There
Yeah,
was one
yeah, that one.
The slope and all that.
with the slope and
That's gonna be a nightmare.
yeah.
So that's gonna be tricky. That's my opinion.
So,
I would, just. I mean, well, I talked to the applicant and we cite the regulations that,
Great.
doing the heads up on the. And I agree if hiring a consultant on these things, maybe even at this point, just to review the current plan
Right.
that we have, so we have comments to present to them when we at the hearing. Now,
We
that
have-
can be kind of difficult to deal with. So I think
sure.
it will hurt to kind of,
Yeah. Who do we use? Who do we use for?
We should
get
get
somebody
somebody to check for the East Street.
They're still around, ecotechers,
Yeah.
a good choice.
Well,
Ecotech. Can't remember the guy's name. What's the guy's name? Ecotechs.
All
do we
right.
need to vote on that? No. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
We can probably wait till,
I think we should have them on board, just cover this part.
Yeah,
okay,
I think it's good to have them.
Get
cover the
it
larger
on board
projects.
before we hear from them.
They're coming in next week,
Next meeting, yeah.
next meeting.
okay,
Do we wanna, we're gonna hire someone before we meet with them?
Well, we don't hire them, they hire them.
Well, but we're the ones to tell them they have to hire them.
Right, right.
So I just,
Doesn't matter, whatever Mary wants.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good, probably a good idea to get someone out. for this
Okay.
one. With the riverfront area, that's tricky, like, I mean, I'm not qualified to go out there and say whether it shows riverine characteristics, talked about stratification of the water, and it's like, forget this. If they're actually gonna push it that far, then we need to.
yeah, I'm not opposed to getting someone
Yeah.
in. I just was wondering if we should hear from them before we do.
Not Alan.
Art Allen,
we have a motion to hire someone to review plans for,
Are we hiring them?
We don't hire
We
them.
don't hire them.
to,
Well, we don't pay for it, but we hire it.
yeah, so
Oh.
we need to inform the applicant because they're gonna have to give us,
Okay.
we'll have Ecotech give them a quote. And they're gonna have to put a, you know, a deposit with us.
okay,
You'd like to be partnered, you got to the regulations, and we have this concern, by the way.
Right, right.
You intend to hire himself. And maybe mention Ecotech.
Yeah.
So that-
Yeah, I mean. The consultant we hired, we should confirm with the consultant that there's no conflict of interest,
Right,
you know, because. We don't wanna hire someone who's,
right.
So
really
do we,
friendly with that.
how do we do that? Do we?
We ask it, just like talking to an attorney, we just confirm with the firm that we plan on hiring, say, here's the engineers on the other side. Do you have any conflict of interest on this parcel or this other engineering firm? Yeah,
Right.
so just like you do with hiring an attorney.
We wouldn't like have to give them like 3 to choose from or something, just.
No, because it's, again, they're working for us, but they're being financed by the applicant per the bylaw.
okay,
That's how we did it before, right?
so I'll try and rephrase what I'm trying to say.
No, I
We
think
want-
hire was the correct word,
Okay.
it was me that.
We can say we retain whatever word we want.
Okay, we have a motion to require the applicant for the project on Mechanic Street to retain a firm to review of their plans. And they pay them, we hire them.
Yes. So,
Second,
Okay, let's do a voice vote. Chris, I.
Tom,
Alan, I.
Cindy, I.
Shannon, I. Marcella, I.
That's a unanimous vote of the members present. Thank you.
All right, I heard from the lawyer at Eastland that they were okay with our crosswinds easement language with the kiosk and everything and the trail language, so that's great, so she's gonna. Get that through and get that recorded, so that's
Is
wonderful.
there any response about the other end?
Nothing except, I'll look at it, so maybe I'll.
Is that town council looking at it?
That's, yeah, that's town council.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's great, so as soon as the snow melts, I think I can go forward with these COCs for crosswinds then, because if that easement's in place, then.
Good.
We won't do all of them, but the ones that I don't foresee issues, and we obviously won't release the development yet.
Until we have the other end.
Until we have the other end taken care of, but there's 10 individual lots, I think. That need to be released, we can do most of them, which would be great.
I mean, for the other end, I would just try to make the case, there should have been an easement there, it was just an oversight that there wasn't. I mean, they probably drew the plan like they did so they could get their frontage.
Right.
on the cul-de-sac,
From that one house.
that one house, but then some, it just, no one realized when it came time to the easement deed, no one took the right action. What else would you have that strip of land right up to the cul-de-sac?
Right, it's, yeah,
Obviously, it's meant to be access point.
yeah. All right, so FEMA flood map updates. Appeal period is starting, and this has been going on for like a year. They keep sending me emails, oh, we're updating flood maps, but finally we have the appeal period. And I am actually gonna, the list is, it's, in my mind, it's hard to deal with because they just give you the address and they tell you the old map number and the new map number. And so like, yeah, it's a lot of work to actually compare and see what each are, but I am gonna go through and try to do that and see if there's anything that we like, or that, not that we know, but at least we could flag it if it seems a little unusual from experience. All right, and the interesting meeting of the day was, we had I guess an attorney in who's thinking of buying 41 Milford Street. And was unaware, of course, of the wetland fill or of the potential pump station. So they were proposing a rather,
Who's the realtor for that? Seems like they should be.
yeah, well, obviously they're trying to sell it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not sure he's gonna go forward or not. Wow. But they were proposing a pretty substantial development. It was like a U-shaped commercial building with mixed commercial residential, 3 stories tall. Wow, 8 stories tall. And like, I feel like 168 parking places. Wow. Anyway. I don't know.
Enough
I was telling him, I'm like, I don't think we've had a commercial development that big.
Since when?
Since when?
So where is
The
it?
hat shop.
Well, that little plaza in West Upton, I looked that up, that went in 1979.
Wow.
So
Who's the attorney?
he was representing Parsons Group. You
Oh.
familiar with that?
Oh, they're
Every
working
big outfit.
in Hopkins.
Yeah, they're doing the drugstore in Hopkins.
Oh, yeah. That's very, substantial.
Yeah, very big. I'm thinking they might drop it because he was saying, well, in order for something like this to be profitable for us, it has to be a certain size, whatever. They haven't bought it yet. They're negotiating.
Wow.
He was smart to come and see you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's pretty much it, except for things that are on the agenda later.
Thank you. How about our administrative report? Minutes from January 11th. And signed documents. And Lauren, what do you have?
All right, let me just share my whole screen because I have a lot. All right, so first up are the minutes. These are not the right minutes. Here we go. Okay, minutes from February 11th. Did anyone have any comments or changes on those?
No, they look great.
Great.
So, motion to approve those.
Motion to approve the minutes from February 11th.
How about the second?
Second,
Okay, let's voice out. Chris, I.
Tom, I.
I.
Mine
Very nice.
abstained. I didn't have a chance to read, so I'll abstain.
Marcella, I.
Shannon.
Oh, sorry, did you not hear me? Shannon, I.
Okay, that's a unanimous vote of the members who could vote. I made one abstention.
All right, and then Next up, I thought this first page was the voucher. So we have two. One is for postage to send a letter, and that was paid with our office card, so this is just a reimbursement form. And then the other voucher was supposed to be on this screen, but I attached the invoice. It was just for Beaver Solutions. This looks like annual maintenance and such, and it was about $1,600. And then the postage was 10. So those are the two vouchers for this week.
Okay, can we have a motion to approve those two vouchers?
So moved. Second,
Okay, let's always vote. Chris, I.
Tom, I.
Eleanor.
Sandy, I.
Michael,
Aye. Marcella, I.
Okay, that's unanimous vote of the commission.
All right, and then all that's left is just the balance sheet. Not much has changed. Yeah, nothing major. That's all.
Any questions? No, okay, thank you, Lauren. Yeah, do you have anything to sign there? The determination for 31st. Open space committee. Is Bill there?
Yeah.
Probably can't see. How about open space?
Open space, the selectmen accepted the donation of the land, the Adams land off of George Hill Road. And the lawyers, our lawyers are working on a title search now. That's where we stand with that. Mike, do you want to talk about the status of the Foresight?
sure, I can do that. I think it's on the agenda later, but I can talk about it now. Okay. Isn't,
Yeah, thanks.
well, let's see, one thing that's happened in the last couple of weeks is the plan has been recorded. If anyone wants to see the Mylar, it's right there. It's been recorded. There was a meeting yesterday between SCT, Medicom, and Town Council about the title issue. And at this point, Town Council, I guess pending, Bill, I don't know if the Town Council was going to go to Dennis and the new town manager just for permission to reach out to the restriction holder and to begin a conversation with those people. I don't know if Bill, I don't know if you know if town managers have authorized that or not yet.
I don't
But-
believe that's happened yet.
Okay. Anyway, we've got 4 months to at the most to finish this project. The grant has, because of the state grant, we have to close by the end of June. I think every SVT and Medicom are both getting nervous. I'm speaking for Medicom here about this. Town council kind of promised to get right on it, and hopefully they will. One possibility, which is a little disturbing, is that they might need to go to you know, if they can't reach an agreement with the restriction holder, then they may need to, go to town meeting for, approval for an eminent domain taking of the restriction, which I think everyone would love to avoid that. But, that would be in May. And I think they were going to, draft a placeholder article for the town warrant for that. That's where that is. You know, hopefully we'll know more in a week or two. We tried to make it clear to town council that this had to have some urgency to it.
Is the restriction order still alive?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Well, Medicom's attorney has some questions about whether. Oh, restriction owner, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
that's the person.
missed that. One of the trustees passed away. Like about a month ago in January. There is another trustee who I believe is still alive, and Bill can speak to this. I think he's done some research. The attorney for the trustees was Greenwell, who are in Milford. And the town council was going to reach out to them.
Okay.
As a first step, rather than directly to the trustees. And apparently this thing originated when the former owner of the land a long time ago sold the land to the developer with the stipulation that they get one lot if there's ever approved something. So that's where this thing originated, and it's been I think the first restriction I think dates from around 86. When extended. It was most recently extended in 2016, I think.
And it was the initial title company that had some agita over this.
Right.
Have they just approved a different title company?
Our attorney has.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because, you know,
Yeah, no,
one title company may just the bad history, past history they've had, maybe a little bit strict for this, and others will say, oh yeah, this makes complete sense that it's never going to be an approved subdivision, therefore this lot is null and void.
yeah. So, Medicom's attorney, that's what you were sharing. That's it. Trying to get it resolved. And the other thing is we haven't really talked to the state about what are the conditions of the grant. Is that we have clear title. We've let them know that there's a title issue that we're working on, but we haven't actually had a discussion. Particulars of this problem, but as soon as town council makes contact with the attorneys for the trustees, we'll start to talk, state about
And
it. We need to know more. So,
sure. Does our town council, have we set an expectation of that we like it, you know, for him to make first contact within 5 days, 7 days, something, just so that, you know, he says, yeah, I'll get right on it, but does get right on it mean like, okay, we want to update in 5 days or something? I don't know if you're setting the expectation.
There wasn't a particular hard and fast date, but town council said first thing you have to do is get authority to do this from town managers.
Okay.
And then he would have his real estate group start working on it. But I'll tell you, if we don't hear anything, meeting SVT, don't hear anything, like next week, you know, we're bugging town manager to keep on.
Yeah, and obviously we're going through a town manager transition sort of, so it would be good to have, so I guess Dennis is the guy with the ball on this, so.
Yeah, and but I've been told that the new town manager copied on this discussion, so she's aware of it.
Okay.
Also, this is communicating with her.
And actually, the new town manager starts on Monday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bill, do you have anything to add?
So I'm just saying, is the issue the title or the title insurance?
Well, it's probably both. If we could get title insurance, SVT would be fine with this. But then the question, I guess, would be we'd have to go to the state and to see if their requirement for clear title was satisfied by title insurance. We haven't asked that question yet.
Okay.
That's just one week. It's a shame.
No, we're still hopeful it's gonna work out, and hopefully we can still avoid having a delay in town meeting discussion. We can extend this until May. Early.
Any other discussion? Thank you, Michael. Hope for best. And how about land searcher?
Just one thing, I'm working on the replacement sign for Switney Old Farm and Whitney. I think we've made a mistake. Either land stewardship or commissioner both have voted to pay for that sign. It's the quote I have is about $1,000. And going to a vendor who SVT used to make their sign for schoolhouse conservation area. And this sign is supposed to be UV resistant, resilient. I think it's a good that the problem I run into is that sunshine sign, the company that made the original sign, doesn't have any artwork. I don't think that they can provide to the new vendor. So I might need to ask for a few $100 more, because the new vendor will be asking something to redo the artwork for the sign. So I think maybe what I'm asking now is get a motion to up the cost of that sign from $1,000 to $1,400.
Okay, can we have a motion to increase the funding for the sign from 1,000 to 1,400?
May I ask you a question? Didn't we vote on this already?
We did, but I don't think.
How much did we vote for? I thought it was more than $1,000.
Well, I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm not either.
So I think it's one to, when we had the original quote, it was about 1,000 for just the sign, and now we've got this issue with the artwork. If you don't mind, just make a motion to kind of reaffirm the commission's intention to replace the sign with a maximum cost of $1,400.
So much. Second.
Okay, and that's no voice vote. Chris, I.
Online. Alan, aye.
Sandy, I.
Jen and I. Marcella, I.
Okay, unanimous vote of the commission to increase the funding for the sign.
We approved it for $50.
We may have.
Yeah,
I just don't remember.
I don't need it.
Whichever some is required.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
There's still a chance I can get the artwork for Sunshine, but I got an email from them today.
This is Bill. I have a stewardship related thing. I'm assuming that Greg is plowed the Rockwood Meadows parking lot.
It's been plowed. I drove by there the other day. Yeah.
Yep. So if you get his bill to me by Friday noon, I can include it with this week's voucher. Assuming he sends it to you. But
yeah, he hasn't sent it yet.
All right, but if I get it by noon, then I can submit it this week, which will be good for him.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have the resolution. Annual letter and logo.
Yeah, so just in case you didn't read his comments, Many of these devices are getting up in age. We will work with you to prioritize replaces as needed. And you already reached out to him to do.
Yeah, we already went through this and they said they would be able to do it in the spring.
Okay. so
They
they're
gave
doing
us
it this
an
spring.
estimate, and it was. I don't remember exactly, around $2,000. To replace the one off of. South Bar Road,
Yeah, like it's like 1,800.
yeah, something like that. I don't remember, but we did approve that and we should have the monies in it.
Yeah.
To pay for that.
All right. It's just,
Yeah, they said they were gonna wait till ISO.
yeah, makes sense.
Needs no.
But they, even when we did it in the fall, but they didn't have time. And they said they wouldn't be able to get to it till ISO.
All right, thank you, Tom. How about tree policy?
All right, so
That was fun reading.
I know, did everybody read it?
I actually read
I read most of it. I skipped the
all.
jargon. Jargon.
Yeah, so this was just mainly describing case law in terms of what's allowed. I thought the roots thing was interesting.
Right, right. And the
Makes
tree that's
sense.
exactly on the line, I thought they were gonna say we'd have to. Follow it, you
No,
know,
we'll take care of your half, we'll take care of theirs, and unless you cut it, unless you gotta kill it. When you forestry, the tree, you do every other one. In forest management, when there's long trees, the idea is you get every other tree. So that's, I mean, that's in forest management, a little different, it's a lot more important as a property, somebody's yard.
Yeah.
Than it is, woodlands, but.
Probably line forestry could be
Yeah,
miles long.
exactly, right, so, it doesn't. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, I thought honestly, I thought it all made sense,
yeah, they do.
Some trees are worth far more than their value as lumber. And it's worth more, the person who cuts it down, if now they have an ocean view, their property value goes up. I don't know, $100,000 or something, and they're paying, $3,000 for a tree, that's not right either. So, those, that's special trees. Some trees are special trees.
So is this for a reference or is it action?
Good question. I guess just for our
Yeah,
knowledge.
So I thought it was to clarify the trees you need to remove up on,
Five Forks.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
well, in there,
That's
you could say,
It's our responsibility, those trees.
if it's on our property, but if it's not on our property. It's the other people's responsibility to apply.
Right.
What I'd like to do there though, is there are a couple trees that are just. On the opposite side of Stone Wall, they're leaning towards us,
Well,
and what I'd like to propose is if that landowner gives us access to the property,
but we take
the trade is we'll take those trees down. In exchange for finally providing access, but we're.
That's a good idea.
it'd be much harder to do that project without. Access from the butter.
That's a good idea.
Do we have,
I think we already did.
Yeah, there's nothing
Take care of
to
this.
do. Yeah,
This is
Yeah,
just
so it's a-
FYI.
Town meeting one.
so Mary, do you have anything else?
Just the stormwater bylaw document for someone.
Mary did Forsyth. How about purple corn fundraiser?
So we're gonna meet with, Lib and I are gonna meet with Steven. We were supposed to meet with him on Monday. But it
didn't work, huh?
So we're, now it's two.
Is she proposing this time? Okay.
I think there's various opinions. Yeah, I think we're not gonna try to do like a raffle. If we do anything, it'll be the first time actually. I think if people who really want to contribute to this election, raise their hand. And if you don't want to, You do? Very thirteen.
Our bag of police.
That's good. All right, so that's the update on that. We'll probably more next meeting, hopefully we can set some dates.
Now, we can somewhere.
Maybe I should pull this up.
You know. I don't even notice her, but she bothers me.
Yeah, it's hard to shut the door.
Not a dog barking, she's asleep. That I don't even get that many calls. That's not them. Yeah. That's.
Getting up to it was.
No.
Yeah.
Gonna be the cat days, and you know,
And guy.
All right, so I think these are the towns that I looked at. I also looked at Sutton, and they don't have one yet, so they're in trouble with the state. But they hired a consultant to do a nice little report, I saw that. So when I originally talked to the engineer, Peter Demis, he's like, oh yeah, I helped Southborough and Hopkinton to write their stormwater bylaws. And so I looked at those first, and they have some interesting things. They have the 1 acre trigger, but they also trigger if the proposal, is 50, where 50% of the lot will end up being impervious, that automatically triggers stormwater review, and that makes sense. And then for slopes that are 15% or more, and they had different areas, and that makes sense too, although it might be harder for the engineer to figure out, but hopefully, I was looking at Mass GIS to see if there's a greater than 15% slope thing. I think there's something. So it's a higher threshold, but if you have a smaller lot where there's really steep slopes, then it would pull it in. So I think that's actually kind of nice. It would catch some of the ones. And these two are similar, I think, because the engineer helped both of them. And so Hopkinton did not have a minor project. Southborough did. It was a half acre, so that's 20,000 square feet. So everybody else is pretty much an acre, except for Natick, 20,000. Shrewsbury, I don't know what that 5,000 was. And
Maybe because of going for the city or something.
those are denser population. And just to remember, like our old bylaw was an acre, and then we had the minor project trigger was 5,000 square feet. So what seems reasonable? An acre? I think I like the acre.
I do too.
Seems reasonable. And a small lot? This
The-
minor project?
the minor project.
That's more with the slope, so isn't it?
Well, so what a minor project does is it requires, it means I look at it and basically I make sure there's erosion controls on the lot. And we also ask them for like a little bit of stormwater sometimes if there's something. So and not every town had the minor project, but we have it written into our bylaw. I think we may as well keep it. It's just what threshold we want, right? I think the 1,500 square feet's a little small. 5,000. So with the 1,500, you're catching things like little small additions and stuff like that, which probably we don't need to. I think the 5,000 again would catch any single family house would probably get caught, which I think you want that. So I think that's reasonable. A few towns, this was interesting. I don't know that we need to do this. Westboro has a stormwater tax. And that goes into the town maintaining all their stormwater structures. So that's interesting. I mean, I don't think a lot of our
catch basins and stuff aren't necessarily being maintained.
Yeah, but that,
Not the catch basins, but the detention ponds for some of these developments are
Not being
we're
maintained.
not being maintained. So I don't know that we're having, like, I think Westboro is having a flooding problem, that's what I think it's. I don't know that we're having that problem, but.
These
Yeah,
would be the ones that the DPW.
yes, maintains, and Shrewsbury's doing this too. With a fee, but those were the only two towns that had this.
I'm just not to get off the top, but some, we've had, I think for a while, we've had a detention basin inventory on our to-do list.
Yes.
It might be good to do that, separately for this,
Yes.
exercise.
so what does the town and the DPW think about the tax thing?
I didn't actually
Should we
reach out
do
to
it to monitor?
Well, that's a
You have to
huge,
manage it, you have,
right, someone has to,
yeah.
That's not our
We-
thing.
No.
That's not our purview. That's.
I don't wanna get involved in that, that's more for bigger.
And is that based on square foot of impervious? Is that how they-
Yeah, maybe, yeah,
Sometimes I'm fairly confident
You don't wanna open that can of worms.
no, I don't think so.
I
It's
think
just,
if the DPW wants to do it, or the selectmen or the planning board, that's,
Yeah,
Right.
that's a
does
different.
manage it, that's
yeah,
Yes,
too
well,
big for us.
That's town government. It is.
yeah, it's
We are too.
Well, it's not very- Not
Just
government.
looking people, so.
great.
We don't.
we had that.
We don't care for you.
Detention basin inventory.
Yes, I wonder, Mary, if there's already a GIS layer that the town has for detention basin.
yeah.
That maybe they'd be the first thing to ask is, do you really know how many, where they are?
Right, like, cause probably every subdivision after a certain year has one somewhere. I can think of one on Tyler Road, which I walked down, I think that one's full of trees.
What about Marion Way? You don't even know it's a detention
Main
basin.
Street.
It's like forest.
Yeah,
It's full,
yeah,
even the one on Westboro Road, is full of cattails.
right, yeah. All right, so we like the 1 acre, what do you guys think of the 50, the impervious area trigger? 50%,
I like 50%.
yeah, I like that one too.
All right, let's do that.
And then this 15% slopes. I think that one's good too.
I don't, what is it, 15%, so.
It's to monitor and what triggers it and how do you figure that out?
Right, it's hard for-
50% doesn't seem that steep slope to me, maybe I'm
I
confused.
think it is. The
Well,
15%
90, right,
grade,
90,
15% grade, so like if you're thinking,
I was thinking 90 is straight up. Right, and
Yeah.
this 90%,
yeah,
and then
40.
45 is that, and then half of 45.
That's 15% right there.
Do you measure that with?
Oh,
Yeah, our iPhone has this built in.
The grade is, it's from the table, so it's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
which
that
I don't
wedge.
think it's that.
That ridge, it's not very steep,
I don't
but
think
of course,
it's-
it depends how long
Long
the run is,
Right,
yeah.
because I don't find that to be
Yeah.
terribly steep, to be honest with you.
that's so.
100 yards at 50%, you can.
It's 15%, isn't it?
That's what I was gonna say, I mean, my yard's gotta be that. On the top, the back of it,
Your
to the front,
yard's
it's
more
gonna
like
be every bit,
30%.
yeah, it's gonna be every bit of that. I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a lot to me, but I'm
Okay, well,
I'm
maybe,
open to people's whatever.
I'm wondering if I should call the engineer and say, why did you pick that number?
that's
I was willing to talk.
Yeah, I mean. Maybe based on experience or, when you've got bare ground,
Right,
15%,
Yeah,
right?
sure,
Yeah.
right,
and
that's,
that's, I think
right,
that's the issue, that once the ground's exposed.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
likely to be, and that, so if a lot's like flat, then you don't have to worry about erosion, but right. And this would get but then again, we're asking, it triggers
stormwater,
state stormwater,
right,
so,
that's where I'm a little, I get it, if it's you know, you're stripping it, then 15% is a lot, but if it's someone's backyard that's wooded, that's
Right.
really nothing.
Right. So, but the whole thing has to be 15% slope, so it's not just, you
Oh,
know,
the whole lot.
the whole,
oh,
well,
the whole area.
has to be.
Oh,
So if you have an
okay,
area
yeah,
that's
That makes,
10,000 square feet at 15% slope, then that would trigger.
that's not too bad.
yeah,
Does that make
makes
sense?
more sense to me now, I
It's
thought,
not like there's a little piece of the
I thought
lot.
maybe you got a hump on the property
No,
or something.
this is like,
Yeah, so if they're gonna clear an
Side of
area
the hill.
that's more than 15%, it
Right.
makes sense, I think.
Like the new house on Mechanic Street.
like the new house on Mechanic Street,
Oh,
that was,
God.
that wouldn't trigger that one.
15.
It's like 90 degrees.
Yeah, that one was really.
Wall.
That's gonna be entertaining to watch.
Well, if you guys like that, I'll see if I can pull
If it-
together those things from those other bylaws and see if I can mesh them into ours and send a draft around. And then we'll have to, because it's both bylaw and regs, it's gotta go before town meeting, we'll have to do the public hearing thing, advertising 2 weeks, et cetera. Sometime in.
Yeah, but before we just had, 15 minutes before
Right,
our meeting, just something.
right, yeah. You need to get that done in April or something.
That's great. Nice job putting that together.
Yeah, that was actually very interesting. Made me feel better about, like, ours is a little restrictive. Oh, that was the again, the bicentennial ideas. I just left it on there. I'm not sure if there's any update.
Do you have any ideas? What's the town going to do?
They're looking for ideas from us.
If the town has like a parade or a fair or, something, event down on the
We'll
common,
contribute, right?
if there's gonna be something, then we could contribute, but I don't think we should lead out with something. That's just
Didn't
my,
somebody mention planting a tree?
ooh, that would be fun and easy. Yeah.
Don't fit, don't worry.
We already planted a tree, didn't we? Didn't we? Have a tree.
And it's out in the woods
Yeah,
there.
one oak tree, what about
It's
this?
still there.
It's still, is it still?
Still, it doesn't look like it's grown in.
We could visit our tree. With a
Free.
Maybe
flag.
in the,
Flag it.
Enjoy it or not.
but planting a tree in town common, on the town common, the public, a visible space might have more impact than,
They're gonna obliterate the common, aren't they? Come in with a rotary, then it will be a rotary. Well, we could plant
Do a
trees.
count in the middle. They're not
well,
taking,
there are other park,
What?
they're not disturbing the whole common.
Oh,
there's the playground, there's, there's a traffic island, that kind of, a tree somewhere would be nice that people could see.
kind of a tree, let's get
Yeah,
something really remarkably interesting. What's the oldest kind of tree that might have been prevalent in Upton when the Constitution was signed?
Elm,
They're all dead.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Chestnuts.
The oldest deciduous tree in New England is black gum.
Well, I'm just saying we should do something in the spirit
I
of,
believe it's in New Hampshire and you were like 800 years old.
what?
It's not terribly big either. It's not terribly,
It's in a wetland. apparently.
yeah, it's not
What
terribly
is to
big.
grow in a wetland?
Doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Then we will have decided.
Yeah, so we're gonna plant the tree, where are we gonna plant the
We'll
middle?
figure it.
Well, we can ask for
Plant it in my yard?
suggestions. We have to get them.
You got blood trees.
I do. Yeah.
How big do they get?
Well, I'm not sure that's the species we should plant,
right.
but they,
It's a good pollinator.
They could 60 feet tall.
Yeah, they can be.
Yeah, we wouldn't want it to be something that would block traffic if it ends up to be on a rotary, so, you know.
I think it
It's
should
gonna
be a
get run over
flowering,
at some point.
it should be a flowering tree or something. Something that becomes like a tulip poplar or something, something has big honking flowers.
Then we should have
Grow.
two if you want a flowering.
I'm just saying,
tree.
it looks
I
like
don't-
that, you're gonna have a tree that's going to make a statement. It shouldn't just be a bunch of leaves and branches. It should, something that pops, is eye catching.
Or something that drips little helicopters that's annoying.
We should research.
Why don't we do a weeping willow, there couldn't be a messier tree ever made.
Yeah.
You make me feel real next time our nation's.
Maybe
Well,
we
don't
should.
hickories bloom?
No, we have pretty flowers, every tree blooms, obviously. I mean, oak trees bloom, but it doesn't mean that's what we want. We want something with real flower.
Maybe we can research flowering trees in the next week.
We just put a Rose of Sharon out there, they're
Bush.
beautiful.
Just saying, you ever see a tulip poplar tree, a big one that's blooming?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, those are fabulous.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It would be eye catching. People would say, let's go to Upton and look at the tree.
Wouldn't be boring anymore.
Right, we won. We're down in the state, we won. So let's change that. And we're gonna start right here. Yeah, we won that. We won, I'm not here yet. When my kid, we won, when my kids were in school,
Yeah,
they made a point to let me know.
with some radio station
Yeah,
or something.
we're not, I know we won.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're the winner. We just keep
That's what
winning.
we're here for.
that was like 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah, a little info on tulip trees. They're looking better. Tulip trees typically have a lifespan of 200 to 300 years with a
Right.
super spell,
Okay.
often reaching 400 to 500 years. So we'd be all set for the next.
Yeah, we're good, we'll all be dead.
I think we should get a couple of them or three of them, so.
Height up to 200 feet, flowers in 15, 20 years.
Spectacular tree. You
All
understand?
right,
Spectacular
let's
tree.
go. Tulip tree.
For moist, well-drained soil.
Will it survive downtown on the common?
We don't know where it's gonna go.
Yeah,
Well,
that's okay.
How about Heritage Park?
Heritage Park. And I want a little monument there that says planted in memory of
250 years.
250 years.
And at the 500-year anniversary, it should still be there.
Yes, by the Conservation Commission.
From 2025.
That's one of the beavers from Mill Pond.
Oh, we'd have to put some.
No, we didn't have the beaver stuff.
So did we kind of figure this out? Our recommendation is a tulip tree planted at Heritage Park?
Yes, I think we've.
I thought that was a good idea by Marcel, it's at this place,
Yeah,
should work. We get a,
and it lasts long enough to keep me happy.
Right, tell us.
And Tom can, yeah, tell them, let's do 2 trees.
we're gonna do 210,
In
okay.
case it dies.
2 tulip trees.
Should we get a monument?
And
The
from,
email came. I saw the email.
I need from Susan.
Okay. Do you want to email her or you want me to do that?
We're out, I see it moving on.
Thank you.
Yep.
So 2 tulip
The
trees.
15, 20 years, if we get a high caliber diameter, we'll
Oh, then,
speed up.
yeah, then maybe I should.
Yeah,
get-
let's get a good size one.
I figured.
Yeah, instant gratification.
Ready?
How old I am, I want to see it.
I got
Leave it my flower.
25 years. 25 years.
Yeah, I think we should have a monument of some kind, I don't want it to sit in the ground, I want it to be raised up,
Right.
so that grounds people have to trim around and each thing.
Well, if it's in the ground, it's gonna get covered eventually.
Yeah, I don't want it laying flat, I want it. I don't want to have Conservation Commission on
and fireproof.
Yes, granite. Local rock over quartz, something,
Yeah, well,
feldspar. Something pretty.
Well, that's good, we got that one done.
yeah, well, I don't.
Any other decisions you want us to make? We're really.
What are you funding it to?
We did the stormwater thing.
I know, took care of the stormwater bylaw in 5
Where we
minutes.
find-
What are we funding it through? How are we funding this?
Expenses.
We can pull it out of our. Yeah, I don't know if it can go out of our bylaw fund, probably not.
Maybe conservation fund, I mean, it's not gonna cost.
Not gonna-
Install
Let's
maybe
take it to
$500.
the expense account.
Little.
Yeah, but we might be able to pull that.
We have
What
extra.
was the cost?
It's in our expense account.
I have no idea.
I
Well,
don't think we're halfway through yet. More than halfway through yet.
The expense account.
If you're hiring someone to do it, it's probably the least the cost of the tree to install it.
So it's $600 a tree, say, with the installation,
Mhm.
with two of them, 1,200. Both sides 1,500. Then you use marker,
And we can get a,
with a SL at the bottom.
No, I don't want my name on it.
Yeah,
Anonymous.
that's all.
let's do like.
Put an R in there for my maiden name.
What was your maiden name?
Robinson,
Oh,
Robinson,
not Robertson, Robinson.
Robinson, Robinson Crusoe, Robinson.
Yeah.
do we need a motion to fund it?
Why don't we just
Why don't we just, we'll,
do it and pay it later,
We'll figure it out.
yeah, we can figure out.
do it right. And then we'll figure out where it can come out of, if it's really expensive, we'll have to take it out of something else. They only asked what we wanted to do,
Right.
so.
You can found me on the also.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Everything like that.
There's beautification fund,
Yes. Out of the CPC monies.
they have a beautification fund. And that,
And did they ask what we were gonna do, or were they asking for suggestions for the town? What was our task?
what we wanted to
What
do,
we wanted, okay, well, that's what we want.
so they wanted to have each group propose something to represent them.
What's next?
Time to go.
I'm ready to adjourn, go home and have a glass of wine.
Yeah,
Put that on the board.
the other items not listed or otherwise expected,
Just to bother Sandy, who plows Warren Brook? The parking lot there,
You
the parking area.
on Grafton Road,
Yeah,
thought the town does.
okay, cause there's not much, they did very little, so I didn't know if we paid for that, if we paid for it, we didn't.
I think the town does that.
Okay,
We've never hired anyone.
yeah, I was just curious, I drove by it today, I'm like, you can probably get one vehicle here,
wow.
that's all, I was just curious, that's all, so. All right, I'm done bothering Sandy.
Okay, do we
Oh, you
motion,
want to adjourn just as much as I.
No, I wanna stay here, I love this.
motion to adjourn,
So moved. Second.
all in favor, Chris,
Aye.
aye.
All right.
Aye.